to ask Dr. Marty Cummings, our Senior Department Chair in Humanities and Education, to open the ceremony with the invocation.
Good morning. Let us pray. Gracious and loving God, we ask now for your almighty hand to be upon our graduates as they and their families celebrate this grand milestone. May they find comfort from this community's continued embrace and support as they journey through life. May they find strength in the excellence of their academic preparation. Empower them to walk into the future with faith, hope, and great love, guided by your light. Grace be to them, and grace be to us all. Amen. Let us remain standing for the national anthem.
You may be seated. So good morning, everyone. I am Dr. Jeff Wells, the Vice President of Online Academics for the Global Online Leadership College. I want to welcome you all to the 2024 Fall Commencement Ceremony for GMC's Global Online Leadership College. This is our first ever Fall Commencement Ceremony and is a testament to the growth of the Global Online Leadership College. So graduates, you are the first ever to walk in our fall ceremony. With us in attendance, speaking of which, are 80 of you in-person graduates that will cross this stage and receive your diplomas, as well as those of your families and friends that will be recognized along with our virtual attendees on the screen behind us. To those graduates that are with us today, those graduates that are attending virtually, and all of your family and friends that have supported you along the way, I want to say congratulations and well done. I would also like to thank the faculty and staff that have worked tirelessly with our students to bring us to the point where we can all celebrate in your success. Likewise, let's all show them, our faculty and our staff and administration, who've supported you, along with your families and your friends. Show them your appreciation with a big round of applause. Graduates, you are part of a legacy. Georgia Military College has been producing leaders for Georgia, tucked away here in our college in the Georgia Piedmont, and for the nation since its founding in 1879. Becoming a designated infantry unit of the Junior Division of the Reserve Officers Training Corps, also called the ROTC, in 1916, and then receiving approval from the Georgia legislature to offer college-level instruction at the two-year level in 1929. GMC received its first regional accreditation as a junior college in 1940 and has maintained those academic standards of excellence ever since. The Global Online Leadership College continues this legacy of holistically developing its students and ensures that our programs are available to any student anywhere in the world through our Global Online Leadership College, which has, as you can see, a very far reach. So here at the GOLC, we are the honored provider of GMC's bachelor's degree programs. In reality, students locally can enter Georgia Military College in kindergarten through our prep school and stay with us until they finish their bachelor's. And for those students all around Georgia, the United States, and even the world, they can start their college experience with us and end it with one of 8 bachelor's degree programs, the 8th having just been added this past spring in the field of human services. Stay tuned, graduates, as GMC will be expanding its bachelor's offerings in the very near future even more, with degrees in the fields of leadership, business, healthcare, technology, education, human resources, and various disciplines in the liberal arts and sciences. GMC is on the move, making sure that we strive to serve the needs of a new generation of learners seeking to chart their course in a fast-paced, ever-changing world. Before we begin today's ceremony, I'd like to introduce you to our platform guests, starting with this gentleman right here on my right, Mr. George Hogan, who is the chairman of the Georgia Military College Board of Trustees. Mr. Hogan, would you stand? The 21st president of Georgia Military College, Lieutenant General, retired William B. Caldwell IV. General Caldwell, would you stand? Now, before we move on from General Caldwell, he's actually pulling a double shift here today. He's serving in a representation of our president, but also a parent, as his son Hudson will be walking across this stage with his BAS today. So, congratulations, Dad. We're also fortunate to have with us one of our partners in our Partners Network, the CEO of Highland Rivers Behavioral Health System, and our speaker for today, Miss Melanie Dallas. Also, Mr. Jody Earwood, the Senior Vice President of the Global Online Leadership College. Dr. Susan Daniel, Chief Academic Officer, Dean of Faculty, and Professor of English. Mr. Edwin Amerman, the President of the Georgia Military College Alumni Association. Mrs. Brooke Bruton, the Vice President of the Global Online Leadership College. You've already met Dr. Cummings, who delivered our invocation, but we have Dr. Tracy Makeley, who is the Vice President of Institutional Research, Effectiveness, and Planning. We have Mr. Trey Ogle, who is the Associate Vice President of Online Academics. And Mr. Sean Veal, who carried the mace today and is the Senior College Professor on stage. He's an Adjunct Professor of Computer Information Systems. We would also like to recognize any of our Board of Trustee members who are with us. If you are here with us, please stand. I know we have Mr. Hogan, but I can't see in the audience. Okay, all right. Thank you for all of you who've come. You're just as important as anyone up here on the stage, the families, friends, and supporters. We're so glad to see you filling up this auditorium almost this morning. It's good to have you with us. Before we introduce our guest speaker for today, I want to take this time to thank a few people for helping make our graduation ceremony happen. First, the administrative support specialist who's worked with Ms. Brooke Bruton to pull off this ceremony, Ms. April Smith. April, let's give her a round of applause. She's our graduation chair. As well as the staff of the Global Online Leadership College who serve as your enrollment and your graduation coaches. I would like for those ladies and gentlemen to please stand. You probably would recognize their voices if they spoke. Let's let them know how much we appreciate them. Thank you so much. Now, at this time, I would like to call on Lieutenant General William B. Caldwell IV, the President, 21st President of Georgia Military College, who will introduce our speaker.
Okay, this is the time to get fired up. How about that? I mean, this is a huge deal today. These young men and women have taken the time, the effort, and committed themselves to be there where they are. And we are just incredibly honored and humbled that we have been a part of this journey. Listen, I got to tell you, our guest speaker today, you met her just a second ago when she was introduced, but let me just tell you, because she is a licensed clinical counselor it makes it real difficult to talk to her because you always wonder, is she evaluating me? And I just want to have a casual conversation, and I'm just so worried I'm going to say something wrong all the time. So I probably worked on these remarks about 10 times trying to make sure I kind of get them right. Listen, let me tell you, we are very excited. To show you how excited the entire Georgia Military College team is, back in the middle here, the chairperson of our foundation, that's the organization that supports the institution with our fundraising, she, Miss Barb Ryan, and Terry White are back here. If you two wouldn't mind staying for a second, let's just recognize you and thank you for all you do to support this institution. I also want to say to everybody here, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, Happy holiday season, and we just want to say, let's get fired up. This is a great time to go into a party mode here now with this graduation today. Listen, Mrs. Melanie Dallas is very unique and different. When we were out looking for a speaker today that could come in and deliver a message to our graduates, culminate the journey that they've been on here with us, to tie it all up in a bow, we recognize that our mission here at Georgia Military College says we are to provide hope and opportunity to people so they can change their lives. And there's nothing probably more appropriate for a person who's committed over 35 years of doing that for individual children, for adults, for families throughout her career. That's her passion. Today, she's the chief executive officer of an organization that does that. But she herself has been a licensed clinical counselor for over 35 years. And when you look at the many things, you've got her complete resume there in your program for today. I'd ask you just to look at it. But she brings a breadth and depth of experience, of knowledge, and most of all, passion to help people. And it can be in many different forms. You may find her working with individuals, like we said, families, groups, to deal with issues like mental health, wellness, education, career goals. They literally set out and want to empower individuals and groups of people and families to be able to change their lives, to establish their career goals, and to be able to move forward, to live the life that they want to live. So today, when we were all talking about the fact that many months ago when we were looking for an appropriate speaker, that Melanie Dallas's name came up. And everybody said she would be absolutely wonderful. So today, if you didn't know it too, she has an absolute love for animals. I think she's got 18 of them at her house or something like that. Dogs, horses, cats, you name it. But what I will tell you, just to give you an example of where this comes from, for the last really about now 10 years, she's been a volunteer member of the Hope Animal Assisted Crisis Response Team, and recently was able to establish one of her many canine companions. She calls it Sweet Pea. That gives you a little idea where she comes from. So Sweet Pea is now a registered therapy dog and certified canine crisis response animal. So that's the kind of outpouring of support that she believes in and looking for and trying to bring in every possible venue to assist and help others. So today, if you all would, Mrs. Melanie Dallas, if you'd join me in giving her a warm welcome to Georgia Military College.
Thank you. Sweet Pea's going to be really excited that she actually made that. Yeah, I hope she's watching. So, General Caldwell, Chair Hogan, Board of Trustees, our distinguished guests, faculty, staff, family members, and most importantly, our graduates. I'm really honored to be here with you today and to celebrate the Georgia Military College Global Online Leadership Winner 2024 class. Job well done. Yeah, absolutely. So here we celebrate a momentous occasion and salute your achievements. You've worked really hard for this day, and I'm privileged to have the opportunity to share the next several moments with you and really talk about what this event means to you. As we celebrate this milestone, your milestone, know that this is a milestone for me as well. I have never been asked to deliver a commencement address. So when I started researching the expectations and trying to figure out, what is it that they're going to want to hear, I couldn't quite remember my commencement address. It was a minute ago. So there were some things I learned. Normally, schools ask celebrities, politicians, poets, authors, people who are notorious and famous to give those commencement addresses. Clearly, Oprah and Alice Walker were otherwise engaged today, so you have me. And understanding that this was a global online leadership college, I suspect that as you sit out here this morning at about 11:15 in those robes, those are probably very different robes than you were in at 11 o'clock on most of your mornings. I will have the opportunity to stay here on stage, though, as you come up to receive your diplomas, and I'll be looking for the fuzzy slippers that you might have just forgotten to take off for this morning. So I also learned that this commencement address is meant to provide some words of wisdom that I will impart to you through some parable-type meaningful story that will inspire you and help encapsulate the full magnitude of this monumental achievement. And I've got 10 minutes to do that, so there's that. What I can share with you are a few things that I have learned throughout the life that I have lived. Some personal values that have guided me along the way, and that I would invite you to listen closely to the personal stories and values that emerge for you as you listen to me today. Things will emerge that are yours, that you will take forth. Those are the most important things to listen to. They are the glimmers that will take you to the deepest part of your being, and they will guide you to your true nature. It is where you will engage a meaningful and purposeful life. But first, I want to start with some words from an author who I cherish deeply, Donna Markova. This is called Wide Open. I will not die an unlived life. I will not live in fear of falling or catching fire. I choose to inhabit my days, to allow my living to open me, to make me less afraid, more accessible, to loosen my heart until it becomes a wing, a torch, a promise. I choose to risk my significance, to live that so which came to me as seed, goes to the next as blossom, and that which came to me as blossom goes on as fruit. I love that poem. It challenges us to live with passion and purpose. It emphasizes the importance of allowing life's challenges to open us rather than shutting us down. And in so being, we become a beacon that shines for others. I want to share with you 4 values that have guided me and which center me when I find myself off course or challenged in some way. They're compassion, honor, integrity, and courage. So I'm going to take just a minute to break those down for you. Compassion literally means suffering together. Compassion arises when we are confronted with another's suffering and we were moved to action to do something about that. And I think to experience compassion fully, we have to be engaged with our own suffering. Honor has 2 separate kinds of, descriptions for me. In one way, honor is a faithfulness to a high moral standard. I suspect you've learned a lot about that in your experience at Georgia Military College. Honor is also about respect and esteem shown to another person that recognizes that person's right to be treated with dignity. So there is a personal element to honor, and there's also an element to honor that engages a connection with another. Integrity is about being honest, having strong moral principles that you refuse to change. Integrity also encompasses dependability, loyalty, honesty, good judgment, and respect. It's about showing up authentically and living by your deepest values. Courage, in its contemporary sense, is about strength in the face of fear, danger, pain, or grief. However, the origin of the word courage is interesting, as it literally means to speak one's mind by telling all of one's heart. In essence, speaking honestly about who we are, what we feel, and sharing our experiences. These 4 values have served me well throughout my helping career, and they've kept me on course. They are my true north. So how does that work? What does that look like? So when I'm faced with a challenging situation, a critical decision, I run through all those potential options I have before me. The only choice I can make is one where those values are operating in concert and in harmony. It is the decision that engages compassion, that acknowledgement of another's suffering, and the desire to move and do something to help eliminate that suffering. It is the decision that is honorable, the decision that does not expect me to sacrifice even an ounce of my integrity. And when you've passed those 3, what I have found is it's the decision that also takes courage to move forth with. So I invite you to spend some time identifying your own personal values, the ones that will function as your true north. Use those and use what you've learned here in your experience at Georgia Military College to explore what life is calling to you. What life is calling to you. As you celebrate this capstone achievement, ask yourself, what is unfinished for me to learn? What is unfinished for me to experience? What is unfinished for me to build? What is unfinished for me to give? When you give yourself fully to a life purpose and you commit to serving others, you're going to engage a vision that will likely outlive you. It's a vision that will challenge you and is a concept that is referred to as cathedral thinking. Cathedral thinking, to me, is best described through the life work of Antoni Gaudí. An architect and a visionary, Gaudí is best known for his architectural masterpiece, Sagrada Familia, in Barcelona, Spain. He began the work of Sagrada Familia in 1882. At one point, he actually moved into the cathedral to dedicate his full focus to nothing but the vision of the cathedral. Construction progressed slowly, was interrupted by war, 2 fires, and partial destruction of the original plans. At the time of Gaudí's death in 1926, only 15 to 20% of Sagrada Familia was finished. It now has a completion date of 2026, 144 years after it began, and 100 years after the death of Gaudí. Sagrada Familia, envisioned by a man who struggled with illness and who in 1878, during his graduation from Barcelona Architectural School, where his grades were average with occasional failed classes, the director of the school stated, "We have given this academic title either to a genius or a fool. Time will tell." Antoni Gaudí, who died a pauper's death after being hit by a tram, represents how an ambitious vision persists and evolves over time, despite trials and tribulations. You see, cathedral thinking is predicated on the belief that an ambitious vision that you initiate will take several lifetimes to bring to fruition. Everyone involved will be laboring at times and will be serving the future. Plans will change, significant events will occur, the progress will be disrupted, but you must continue to carry that vision of largely an unfinished project throughout your lifetime. When we engage in cathedral thinking, it urges us to move beyond the safety and predictability of the past and challenges us to meet the future with expectation, to manage our resources wisely, and in so doing, to take care of each other and bring forth the best in each other. It's about facing each day with compassion, for self and for others, and for the vision, for future generations. It's about living with honor. It's about not sacrificing your integrity. It's about engaging courage to move forward, even when sometimes that next step seems impossible. It is about giving yourself to a higher purpose, and in so doing, creating a legacy. There will be many ways in which you will probably measure your success in the future. I challenge you to measure your success in the way that you touch people's lives. There will be a day that you look back for a life that is fulfilled. And again, you will say, job well done. As you complete this leg of your pilgrimage with an experience that has fully prepared you for the next step, a step that is just a new beginning, what cathedral will you build? What larger purpose will you give yourself to? What legacy will you leave? And what connections will you make along the way? I'd like to share a few more words from Donna Markova. If not now, then when? Let us swing wide all the doors and windows of our hearts on their rusty hinges so we may learn to open to life. Let us see the light in the other and honor it so that we may lift each other on our shoulders and carry each other along. Let holiness move in us so we may pay attention to its small voice and give ourselves to life fully with both hands. Thank you for inviting me here today, for allowing me to share a part of myself with you. I wish you a journey that is full of all the riches of connection, and that you embody the compassion, the honor, the integrity, and the courage that will allow you to give yourself to life fully with both hands and with an open heart, and in so doing, build your own cathedral that will serve the ages. Thank you.
Ms. Dallas, thank you for those words of wisdom. Leadership is such an important skill and tool, and our students will benefit from the guidance and life lessons that you just shared with them. 144 years, that's a long time to wait for a paycheck. Some of our students took almost that long to finish their research projects, right? But you're here. At this time, to thank you and to show you our appreciation, we want to call up the chairman of our Board of Trustees, Mr. Hogan, and President Caldwell, so they can present to you a token of our appreciation and a memento of your visit to GMC and the GOLC. This is going to be a print of the old Capitol building created by senior GMC prep student Sean Boyce, framed with a plaque at the bottom to commemorate your visit. We want you to also have this and keep this for as long as you can as a memory of this visit. So Chairman Hogan, President Caldwell, and Mr. Yearwood, if you would meet Ms. Dallas over here at center stage, we'll make the presentation. Every year, each Georgia Military College campus selects its distinguished graduating student. The recipient is a graduate who is the best representative of the college, who also embodies all the qualities a graduate of Georgia Military College. At the Global Online Leadership College, we select a recipient at the associate's level and at the BAS level. Our distinguished graduating student at the associate's level is Leslie Gibbs. She was honored this morning at our distinguished graduate breakfast and met with President Caldwell and Chairman Hogan and Ms. Dallas and various others, where she was presented with her Distinguished Graduate Medal and a few other small gifts and tokens of our appreciation. But before we introduce you to her, let me tell you a little bit about Leslie before I ask her to stand and be recognized. Leslie's graduating magna cum laude with her Associates of Science with a major in criminal justice. After graduating from high school, she attended West Georgia Technical College, but financial difficulties caused her departure shortly afterwards. She returned to college after enduring domestic abuse and the unfortunate death of one of her good friends. She chose Georgia Military College due to affordability and flexibility inside the classroom. As a mother of 2 young children, those 2 factors were very important to her. Throughout her journey at GMC, she had the support of her spouse, her family, and friends, which was especially important as she managed her busy class schedules. Deborah Johnson, her graduation coach, stated that she has had an amazing journey, taking 3 classes per term, which is a full load, while achieving the Dean's List for 5 terms and the President's List, which is straight A's, for 2 terms. Ms. Johnson continues to commend Leslie for being organized and proactive and feels that it has been a blessing to be her graduation coach. Leslie's greatest motivators are her children, as they want to see their mom succeed in accomplishing a lifelong desire to obtain her degree and learn through her experience that they too can achieve their goals through hard work. She is pursuing a career as a GBI agent, so all of you need to be on your best behavior, so that she can protect other victims of domestic violence and deliver justice to those who are in crisis. Leslie, would you please stand and be recognized? And at the breakfast this morning, she introduced us to her children, and I know they love their mom. You could just see it, just the cutest kids. All right, now we would like to honor our distinguished graduating student at the BAS level. Our recipient is Carla Brown. Like Leslie, Carla was recognized this morning at the same breakfast, but allow me to tell you a little bit about Carla too. Carla is graduating with her BAS with a major in business management. She started her college career 3 years ago while employed as a supervisor at Geico. She chose GMC because of the smaller classrooms and the flexibility of online courses, something very important to her as a working mom. Due to a reduction in staff, Carla's position at Geico was eliminated. To help her overcome this, her first goal was to return to school to finish her degree and learn more skills to make her pathways and opportunities greater. She has now achieved that goal. In addition to losing her job, she endured other hardships during her academic journey, including helping her mother with medical issues and long hospital stays. Carla was determined not to allow those obstacles to detour her from finishing her degree, as evidenced by the many nights on her laptop at the hospital, helping to support her mother, but simultaneously taking her courses. Her 2 children, Windsor and Winter, have been very supportive, oftentimes debating essay topics or just simply giving her a hug to keep her going. Now, Carla, if they're that familiar with your work, they'll come here for college, right? Her friend Lacey also continued to engage her from the sidelines, and Carla says that all of this is proof that her love and support of family and friends are important factors in a successful educational journey. Her graduation coach, Ms. Benita Barnes, describes Carla as a dedicated scholar who knew giving up was not an option. When asked about Carla, Ms. Barnes mentioned her persistence, her willingness to communicate, and her will to succeed. And Carla, at graduation practice run through the other day, Benita just went on and on and on about how much you have meant to her as a student and how she and you helped chart this pathway forward, just showing how dedicated our staff is, just like Ms. Johnson. Carla's next goal, and I'm so proud to hear this, and we'll be checking in on you, is to pursue a master's degree in human resource management. So Carla, maybe when you finish that up, you come back here and teach for me, okay? So would you please stand and be recognized? Congratulations to both of these wonderful students. Their stories are amazing. Melanie, I think you could see in that cathedral, it's being built. We're so proud of all of you, and we're so proud of your families and your friends as evidence in these stories and your backing that you had. It does definitely take a lot of people to help you on your journey. We're proud of you all. So let's move this show along. Our next guest on stage is our Chief Academic Officer and our Dean of Faculty, Dr. Susan Daniel, who will confer your degrees. Dr. Daniel?
Students, if you'll please stand. By the authority vested in me by the Georgia Military College Board of Trustees and with the approval of the faculty, I hereby confer on you the earned degree with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. So now you get to move your tassel to the left to signify that you've graduated. And everyone, I would like to present the class of 2024.
All right, you may be seated for just a moment, and then our graduation coaching directors are going to help you as you start to make your way on stage. So, as the graduates begin to make their way to the platform, I would like to acknowledge our honor graduates. As you may note in your program, and as you will hear when their names are called, some of our graduates are honored for their scholastic achievement and will be recognized as follows: cum laude, a GPA of 3.5 to 3.64, magna cum laude, a GPA of 3.65 to 3.79, and summa cum laude, GPA of 3.8 to 4.0. I would also like to point out that we continue to celebrate the achievements of our four-year program with our BAS in Business Management, Supervision and Management, Supply Chain Management, Homeland Security and Emergency Management Services, Healthcare Management, Public Health Care, and Criminal Justice, as well as our newest degree, Human Services. As the senior college for Georgia Military College, we are proud to produce these bachelor's degree graduates, and they will be called out and also noted as they walk across stage. They are also commemorated in your program, as well as all of our graduates by degree. So at this time, graduates, Ms. Heidi Leverett, one of our GOLC graduation coaches, will announce your names as you make your way to the stage. You will give your card to Ms. Anna Coleman, one of our enrollment coaches, and quietly tell her your name. She will make sure Ms. Leverett announces your name in the order in which you approach the stage. I will present you with your diploma cover, and then you will walk across stage where you'll be presented your degrees, and then a pin from Mr. Edwin Amerman, president of the GMC Alumni Association. Now, when you get right over in here, General Caldwell is going to do some cleanup for me. He's going to remind you to stay right there for your photo op with Mr. Eric Jones from our Department of Communications. Now, as Mr. Amerman presents you with your GMC alumni pin, wear that with pride because you are now an alumni member of the GMC family. As you move across stage, members of the platform party are going to greet you and congratulate you. So remember to pause and speak with these distinguished guests. In addition, we will also highlight the graduates that are not here with us today by degree, but are attending virtually, and they will be on the slides on the screen before you. Please help us honor our Global Online Leadership College graduates.
Please direct your attention to the screen as we honor virtual graduate Kiara Felder, Associate of Applied Science, Allied Health Science. Quintasia Ross, Associate of Applied Science, Criminal Justice. Quintasia Christina Scott, Associate of Applied Science, Criminal Justice. Kendall Toole, Associate of Applied Science, Forensic Laboratory Technology. Raquel Sims, Associate of Art, Business Administration, magna cum laude, veteran spouse. Graciela Zamora, Associate of Art, Paralegal Studies. Amy Orr, Associate of Art, Pre-Nursing, cum laude. Jasmine Williams, Associate of Art, Pre-Nursing, veteran family member. Victoria Davis, Associate of Art, Social Work, magna cum laude. Virtual graduate, Abriella Dickinson, Associate of Art, Early Childhood Education, summa cum laude. Asayas Gomez, Associate of Science, Business Administration, Georgia National Guard. Virtual graduates, Fabiola Lopez, Associate of Art, Social Work. Antoinetta Mora Everett, Associate of Art, Social Work, summa cum laude. Anjay Jackson, Associate of Science, Business Administration. Lorena Rivera Valdovinos, Associate of Science, Business Administration, summa cum laude. Jasmine Stevens, Associate of Science, Business Administration, veteran family member. Virtual graduates, Jaden Atwater, Associate of Science, Business Administration, magna cum laude. Terrence Height, Associate of Science, Business Administration. Destiny Jackson, Associate of Science, Business Administration, veteran family member. Rebecca Reeves, Associate of Science, Business Administration. Cruz Alberon, Associate of Science, Computer Science, magna cum laude, Marine Corps veteran. Andrew Friedrichsen, Associate of Science, Computer Science. Leslie Gibbs, Associate of Science, Criminal Justice, magna cum laude. Aaliyah Hardwick, Associate of Science, Cybersecurity, veteran family member. Virtual graduate, Trangler Farrell, Associate of Science, Cybersecurity. Leo Littles, Associate of Science, General Studies, magna cum laude. Virtual graduate, Abiodun Akwi, Associate of Science, General Studies, cum laude. Andrew Benton, Associate of Science, Homeland Security and Emergency Management, summa cum laude. Renee Williams, Associate of Science, Information Technology, summa cum laude. Virtual graduate, Chadwick Wilson, Associate of Science, Information Technology, summa cum laude. Ladarian Haywood, Associate of Science, Kinesiology, veteran family member. Shakoya Brown, Associate of Science, pre-nursing. Allison Chipatelli, Associate of Science, pre-nursing, magna cum laude, active duty Air Force. Jasmine Collins, Associate of Science, pre-nursing. Jodianne Fuller, Associate of Science, pre-nursing. Naquasia Lewis, Associate of Science, pre-nursing, summa cum laude. Tasha McLean, Associate of Science, pre-nursing. Celicia Patterson, Associate of Science, pre-nursing. Tamara Pitts, Associate of Science, pre-nursing, active duty Air Force. Milka Siddiqui Israel, Associate of Science, pre-nursing. Virtual graduates, Jessica Izell, Associate of Science, pre-nursing. Heather Johnson, Associate of Science, pre-nursing, veteran of the Air Force. Keandra Moore, Associate of Science, pre-nursing. Shikeria Burns, Associate of Science, Psychology, summa cum laude. Rodney Vance, Associate of Science, Psychology. Virtual graduates, Kimberly Gutierrez, Associate of Science, Psychology, summa cum laude. Alyssa Howard, Associate of Science, Psychology. Natalie Williams, Associate of Science, Psychology. Carmela Mack, Associate of Science, Social Work, magna cum laude. Diamond Williams, Associate of Science, Social Work, active duty Army. Virtual graduate, Tony Slade, Associate of Science, Sociology. Hannah Atkinson, Bachelor of Applied Science, Business Management, summa cum laude. Alec Ayers, Bachelor of Applied Science, Business Management, veteran family member. Franklin Ball, Bachelor of Applied Science, Business Management, summa cum laude, Army veteran. Jackson Barden, Bachelor of Applied Science, Business Management. Amanda Boyd, Bachelor of Applied Science, Business Management. Carla Brown, Bachelor of Applied Science, Business Management. Jocelyn Childress, Bachelor of Applied Science, Business Management. Haley Hendley, Bachelor of Applied Science, Business Management, active duty Air Force. Chloe Howell, Bachelor of Applied Science, Business Management. Evelyn Jones, Bachelor of Applied Science, Business Management. Hannah Little, Bachelor of Applied Science, Business Management. Madison Maddox, Bachelor of Applied Science, Business Management, magna cum laude. Ashlyn Mahone, Bachelor of Applied Science, Business Management. Sarah Thomas, Bachelor of Applied Science, Business Management, magna cum laude. Olivia Troutman, Bachelor of Applied Science, Business Management, summa cum laude. Virtual graduate, Madison Gruby, Bachelor of Applied Science, Business Management, veteran family member. Tiara Blackman, Bachelor of Applied Science, Healthcare Management, cum laude. Brianna Holden, Bachelor of Applied Science, Healthcare Management, summa cum laude, active duty Air Force. Ira Jordan, Bachelor of Applied Science, Healthcare Management, cum laude. Jose Martinez, Bachelor of Applied Science, Healthcare Management, Marine Veteran. Jennifer Miley, Bachelor of Applied Science, Healthcare Management, summa cum laude. Hudson Caldwell, Bachelor of Applied Science, Homeland Security and Emergency Management, summa cum laude, veteran family member. Virtual graduate, Elise Winnie, Bachelor of Applied Science, Healthcare Management, cum laude, veteran family member. Tiffany Dice, Bachelor of Applied Science, Homeland Security and Emergency Management, cum laude, veteran spouse. Spencer McGee, Bachelor of Applied Science, Homeland Security and Emergency Management, magna cum laude. Andrew Avery, Bachelor of Applied Science, Public Health. Maya Bonner, Bachelor of Applied Science, Public Health. Anna Kaysen, Bachelor of Applied Science, Supervision and Management. Denise Lopez Sanchez, Bachelor of Applied Science, Supervision and Management. Virtual graduate, Christopher Hughes, Bachelor of Applied Science, Supervision and Management. Dalton Walker, Bachelor of Applied Science, Supervision and Management. Heather Bryan, Bachelor of Applied Science, Supply Chain Management, magna cum laude. Emmanuel Hill, Bachelor of Applied Science, Supply Chain Management, summa cum laude, Army veteran. Shaquille Roberts, Bachelor of Applied Science, Supply Chain Management. William Wiggins, Bachelor of Applied Science, Supply Chain Management. Virtual graduate, Paul Clendenin, Bachelor of Applied Science, Supply Chain Management, summa cum laude.
That's it, yeah.
All right. Again, congratulations to our graduates. We're so proud of you. To complete the final, you may be seated, yes. To complete the final leg of your journey into alumni status, I want you to hold for just a moment as we introduce to you Mr. Edwin Amerman, who is the president of the GMC Alumni Association. He's the gentleman who just gave you graduates the pen. Mr. Amerman?
Thank you, sir. Good morning, graduates. That was good. That was good. Let's try it again. Good morning, graduates. All right. You fired them up already. That was good. On behalf of GMC Alumni Association, let me offer a heartfelt congratulations to the class of 2024 for achieving a great milestone in your lives. Graduation is always a time of celebration of your hard work, the ability to persevere, and a dedicated focus on your goals. Each of you has modeled that through your efforts and have successfully completed this part of your journey. The opportunities you've had here at GMC have prepared you for what comes next and wherever you may go. We are proud of each and every one of you in all that you have accomplished, and more importantly, the leaders you are each becoming. You entered this commencement ceremony today as a student, and you leave as a Georgia Military College alumnus. You now share a very special bond with myself and 26,000 other alumni from across this nation and around the world. You are a key individual part of a greater community. The transition from student to graduate makes you a partner in the future of your alma mater. I want to encourage each and every one of you to become active and involved in your alumni association. The Alumni Association only works if you are invested. Never forget that the future of GMC rests with each one of you. Now, graduates, stand and remain standing, please. Graduating class of 2024, you are now officially inducted into the Georgia Military College Alumni Association with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereunto. You received your GMC alumni pin as you walked across this stage today. I encourage you to wear it and wear it with pride. Ladies and gentlemen, please give our newest Georgia Military College's alumni a huge round of applause. I love that. Love that. Woo! One more time. That's an alumnus right there. He's ready to get fired up. That's what I like. Class of 2024, as you move forward in your academic and life pursuits, I hope you will always remember the time you spent here at GMC and the legacy of leadership you are now a part of at Georgia Military College. Congratulations, class of 2024.
Well, here we are. This is the end of this journey, but not your final journey, right? So my bachelor's degree graduates, graduate school applications are being prepared, right? We're looking at law school, medical school, GBI. And remember that all checks made payable to Edwin Amerman for your alumni dollars. So here is where I get the distinct honor of asking you to turn around and face your audience. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to present to you the 2024 GOLC Winter Graduating Class. Congratulations to you all. All right, you can turn back around now. I know I'm not as pretty as they are, but you got to look at me now. So at this time, I would like to ask all of you to stand with our graduates as we present our alma mater, led by the GMC Corps of Cadets. We're going to have a video right behind us of their beautiful voices. The Glee Club is under the direction of GMC Main Campus Professor of Music, Ms. Muna Yu. And afterwards, we're going to ask you to remain standing for the reading of the cadet prayer by Dr. Cummings.
The Cadet Prayer. Almighty God, General of all life's forces, Commander of nature, we praise thy holy name. Visit thy presence upon us and all former GMC cadets. Reinforce us in our quest for knowledge, integrity, and leadership. Instill in us humanitarianism and bless our enemy, whoever he might be. Extinguish us from our daily lives greed and envy, and make us champions of right, ladies and gentlemen of honor. May we glorify their name in victory and be courageous in defeat. Help us ever to think first of our comrades, and secondly of ourselves, and always of thee. Guide our footsteps and cleanse our minds. May we be first in the service of our country and first in thy service. Lead us, O Lord, that we might lead. Amen.
This concludes this year's graduation ceremony for our fall commencement. Please remain standing for the recessional. Graduates, please remain where you are until the faculty and platform party has marched out. Then you will follow them. Family and friends, please remain standing until all graduates have marched out, and may everyone have a great day of safe celebrations. Thank you for your help in making this a successful ceremony, and thank you for attending today.